Hey there everybody, welcome back to another Wheelassassin video. This is episode number 4 part 2, and in today's Phantom Manor tutorial I will be teaching you guys how to build the scenery that goes behind Boot Hill. Basically we're giving Boot Hill its actual hill part of its name, and we're building the actual hill behind the sort of structure here. So we're also going to be trying to get the graves done along this back sort of section and up against the wall, which is going to be awesome. And if we have enough time, we will also complete this little sort of valley that runs in between the pathways there. So it's going to be quite a good episode today. Quite a lot of filling in to do with our grass, of course. But it wouldn't be, you know, terrain if we didn't have to use grass at one point. So yeah, without further ado, let's just get building. Now then, one cool thing for me as a creator and a tutorial YouTuber is I don't really have to follow exactly what I did with my original, because we are building something that's nature. You know, and obviously nature is super random. You can't predict where things are going to grow and whatnot, unless of course you're, you know, singling off that one patch for a pumpkin to grow in Minecraft. So we can kind of do it in Minecraft, but with this sort of thing, because we're making a real life building in place, we want to make it as realistic as possible. So I'm actually going to pop down to my boot hill over here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to, as you can see on this one, I've gone besides the post out for 2 blocks. So I'm going to do that over here. 1, 2, and I'm going to build this right back. Past the wall, and I'm going to actually build it all the way up until I can see the other one just back there. So I'm actually going to go a little bit behind that, like so. Build these 2 rows the same. Oops, sorry, I'll go down here to finish it. Here we go. So once you go just past that sort of wall as it curves in just there, you'll be able to see the tunnel where we built the station at the back there. That is what you want to see just there. Then we're actually going to go down to the station, and we basically want to go ahead and build a little bit of scenery around this so we can cover it up. So let's go ahead and add in a wall just about here. Maybe just cut off that one just there, kind of curve it in, and then around the sort of manor just there. We're filling in the space, and then this whole top section will fill over as well. Of course we can make this look natural afterwards, but at the moment we may as well fill it all up to a certain point, then we can come back and make the actual sort of design as I've done over there, over here later. So now I've gone around, I'm going to start to feed this back in, so I end up reaching just that point over there, and I'm not making too much forested area up here, because at the end of the day, this is not like an acre, you know, like 100-acre wood. This is a creepy, sort of spooky woodland area. So kind of curve in every now and again to give it the effect of kind of slats really of forested area. And then once you think you're getting close, you might want to just do some drastic turns, so maybe just like one just like so. Then we'll go up again, and then we should need about one more. Yeah, perfect. Then we can start to like bend this in and up to a point just there. Now we don't really like things to look square if we're making stuff look natural, so I'm going to chop off this corner for about 2 blocks like so. Now then, this is where the tricky part comes in, well, the most time consuming part. We want to now fill up this entire section, this massive square that we've, well, not square, but you know what I mean, this massive shape we've just marked out. We want to go ahead and fill it up to, well, let's go ahead and fill it up to about 2 rows for now. So this 1 row, so literally 1 block above ground level, so this entire bit just here, fit it up to that level like so. Then we'll come back and add some layers on afterwards. So yeah, let's get this entire thing filled in like we're sort of icing a cake, and then we'll come back to it. What I will say about this section is if you do want to use a /fill command to fill this in much quicker than using your hand, you could totally do that as well. If you don't know how to do that, I'll quickly give you a rundown. So what we do is we go ahead and we need to make a square, because this is not a square shape, and of course Minecraft works in squares. So I'm actually going to go to this corner over here. This is probably the best place to start, this one back here. I'm going to build this forward until I reach the wall and I can't go any further without having to turn in. So about here. Then I'll fill this up. Oops, sorry. I'll fill this up into a nice square. Just over here. Like so. Normally you can just build like points of the square, and then you can fill in the rest of it, so you don't have to do this long sort of stretch here. But as I'm going to teach you guys, I want to build the sort of stencil first, and then we can come and go from there really. So let's go to one of the corners. I'm going to go to my bottom left corner. Your coordinates will not be the same as mine, so don't punch in my coordinates. But as you can see, I've got my position up in the top left corner of my screen. So if you do want to put your coordinates on, you don't need this for the command, but it's helpful anyway. You just want to go to your, I think it's actually on the game settings just here. Then you drop down, second one down on world options is show coordinates, and you just want to bung that onto on. If that is on, yeah. Okay, so we're actually looking at the block right now. As you can see, it's highlighted. I'm going to open my my command menu by clicking the right D-pad button. Then I'm going to type in the slash just here, then fill right there, and then it's going to come up with a bunch of numbers. So on the left side of your screen, you'll actually see what you're supposed to write for the command of this one block. Because we're facing it, Minecraft has put that details into your command menu, and then it allows you to use it just like that, instead of having to sort of exit and get the numbers and then go back in, you know? Makes it a little bit easier for you. So my coordinates are 1, 3, 1. Then I leave a space and plonk in 4 because that is my height of blocks. So your guys should be the same as mine, about 4. And then one more space for the other coordinate just here, which is 305 for me. Your guys' end and your start and end numbers will be different, so make sure to get the different numbers. Alright, there we go. Then I'm going to go to the top corner up here. Now I'm going to have to fill in this block just here, because unfortunately, as you know, this corner is kind of chopped off, so we can't use this one up here. So I'm actually going to have to place a block in there to make this a square shape. Then I'm going to go ahead and get my coordinates back by clicking right on the D-pad to get the command menu up, and then clicking up on the D-pad to get the thing I've just written back into my kind of typing bar just here. Then I leave a space away between my next coordinate of this block. So 104 is my block here. Then we're going to go for 4 again because we're building the same height, and this entire square needs to be filled into that height. And then we're going to go ahead and punch in our last number just here. Now once you've done that, once you leave a space away from that last number, it will come up with your inventory. So you'll come up with all the blocks you can use in creative, and in this case we want to go ahead and put grass in here, and it will just come up with the grass block, as you can see just there. Then we go ahead and just click enter, and that entire section will just now be filled in. There we go, 667 blocks filled in on my one. That is crazy. That saved us a lot of time. So if you guys want to carry on doing that, making little squares, filling it all in, then that is up to you. If you like doing it by hand, of course, then go ahead and do it that way as well. Alright, let's carry on. Alright, so now then guys, I'm going to go ahead and actually mark out my gravestones and my tombstones with some gravel just here. So I filled in this entire section just here. I realised I did make this section quite large. I didn't really sort of curve back in enough as I got round that corner just there. So I'm going to go ahead and fix that in a little while. But if you guys have got the same problem as I have, it is fine. You can just leave it like that if you want to. But I'm going to probably use some space behind my Phantom Manor. So if you guys do need to trim it down as well for anything behind your manor, then, you know, that's totally cool as well. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop down to my wall down here. Now, I am going to have to replace some of my grass just here, but that is okay. As long as we have the marker in here, then we know the boundaries, basically. So, on the corner of the wall just here, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm actually going to go ahead and count 5. Then I'm going to go ahead and, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and basically, on the 6th one, place a grass block, just like so. So it shows where the ground basically tears up like that. Wonderful. Now I'm going to go ahead and, actually going to double stack that just to be on the safe side. Then I'm going to go ahead and add in 4 blocks just here. That's 3, 4, just like so. That is perfect. And now we can start our gravel. So taking our gravel, we're going to cut into the floor just down here for 3 blocks. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to go right the way along until I reach the corner of the wall down there. So I'm going to go right the way, up to here, and fill in this 3 rows with gravel. Like this. I think the gravel was a really kind of easy pick of what was to go here, because when you look at the pictures and the walkthroughs of Phantom Manor, and if you've been yourself, you'll notice that they do actually have some type of weird, I think it is actually gravel, underneath the tombstones and the graves, just to make them stand out a little bit more, or even just to represent the terrain, because it is in a sort of mine shafty kind of area, you know what I mean? If that makes sense, like a western style area it looks like. It's pretty cool. Alright, that's awesome. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and go down to this corner just up here, and we're going to go ahead and go to the 3, and behind the 3 we're going to place 1, 2 gravel like so. Then I'm going to go ahead and leave 2 blocks and place 1 just here. Then I'm going to place another gravel just here. Then I'm going to leave a block just here. Then I'm going to place 1, 2 gravel just there. Then I'm going to leave a block of 3. 1, 2, 3. And I should be at 2 to the end. Yep. Then I fill that in as well. Then we're going to go ahead and fill in a row all behind this. So we just go ahead, build behind all of that, like so. Awesome. Now once we get over here, we can go 1, 2, up like so. Then we're actually going to leave this block empty. We're going to go to here, fill that in. Then fill in these 2. Then fill in 2. Then another 2, like so. Then we get to here, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3. And then in the middle of the 3, going back, we're going to place a block up here, and a block just here, like so. Cool. Now I'm not going to place a block on here because I think there's actually a grave that goes here, and I want to make sure I can mark it out just for later on. So I'm actually going to go ahead and place my gravel just here now. I'm going to do a cluster of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, like so. Then I'm going to go next to it to the left and place 2 rows of 3 going up. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, like so. Then I want to go ahead and, oh, actually I'm going to trim this one down just here. My mistake. Just notice there's a leaf here, so I want to make sure I can incorporate that, like so. So that's looking great. I'm going to go ahead and place a block just here, and a block just here, and then 1, 2 down like so. Actually going to place a block just there as well, and then we can go right the way into the corner. Oops, like so, and then build one down into that one just there. Now then, up on the corner just here, I'm going to go ahead and turn this in and go right the way into the corner just there. Then I'm going to actually start my gravel going up to a second layer, if that makes sense, in this corner over here. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and basically until I reach just sort of past the slab. So this one just here, we want to go ahead and build our last one just there. Then we leave this one empty for another grave. Perfect. Then we'll go ahead and place another 2. Fill in all of this space, like so. Then we curve this around the back. All the corners, by the way, are connected. They're not diagonal or anything like that. We go ahead and just connect them all up, like this. Then once we get round the back up here, we go ahead and sort of do our thing just here. Remember, we leave this one empty for the grave, but we go ahead and carry on with the 2s. And then we'll go right the way along, down here past these ones. Let's go ahead and, yeah, we can build this one in as well. There's actually a grave that goes there, so we leave that one empty, of course. We'll go ahead, curve that around it, like so, and build this along. Right the way. There's not many graves on this top section, so basically we've got free range of where we can go up here. But we are just going to go to the end, up to meet up with the grass, and then we can stop just there. We will go ahead and double stack most of this gravel, so let's just go ahead and double stack this to the corner down here. Then we can decide what to do next. So once we reach the corner, we're going to go ahead and just after the grave that we've left the space for, so this one just here, there's actually a grave that goes up by 1, 2, and then it's actually kind of on this one. But we don't want to, mark this out because we're going to leave that for when we put the grave in, sorry. So we're going to go diagonally up from that and place another one and another one, just like so. We don't really do a sort of one there because there's no real point. It's just going to be filled in with grass anyway. So now we can fill this along. Both of these along. Like so. Now once we get down here, we've already left the space for the grave here, which is perfect. We actually do about 4 behind this, so we go ahead and just add another 2 rows, like so. Then we go ahead and add in 3, just there. And then we'll build 2 lots for this kind of section just here. Now we want to curve it back down because we're going to the end of it now. So we do another 2 rows of 2. Then of course another 2 rows of 2. Like so. Even around the grave that goes over here, because this is our final one. So we can leave this one empty, but we want to go ahead and build behind it, just so we have something to do, basically back here. Then as you get down here, we want to leave this one empty, and we want to go ahead and just, we can build that one in as well. Yeah, that'd be fine. Alright, that's wonderful. If you guys need to pause the video here just to look at what I've done or something, then feel free to do so. That's no problem at all. What I will recommend doing now though is going into the bits that are grass at the bottom and go ahead and fill this in with gravel like this. So just go ahead and fill in all the section with your gravel, even underneath the graves that we're going to build as well, just so we have a little bit of a representation of the surroundings. let's get it done. Alright guys, so I've grabbed the materials ready to build the graves. Well, most of the graves. I've grabbed a stone slab, spruce trapdoor, spruce wood planks, spruce fence gate, spruce fence, item frames, end stone brick slab, and some end stone brick stairs. This is of course not all the materials. We do need some signs later on, and we also do need some planks, some oak wood planks. But for now, these will do. So what we're actually going to do is build our sort of graves over here. I've just noticed a small mistake I made earlier as well. We are going to need to extend this along just by another row as well. I kind of miscounted that, so that is my mistake. At least it wasn't anything we have to destroy. That is always good. So we're going to go to this one just here. So where the grass sort of tears up. We're going to go a block away. And then we're going to place one block just like so. And then a slab on top. Up to the right diagonal from that, we're going to go ahead and place the exact same thing. So a block and a slab. Then I'm going to go up to here, behind it. And one block away. And on the second block away, just here, well, technically third, I'm going to go ahead and build 2 blocks with my slabs, like so. Then I'm going to go 1, 2, down by a block, and here I'm going to place another 2 blocks, like so. Now then, we can go ahead and place our third row of grass, just in here, filling all this section in with grass. Let's get it all done. Right then, next what we want to do is build our Wild West style graves. So we're going to go ahead and take our planks, our spruce wood planks, place 3 in here, then 3 spruce trapdoors on the front of that, like so. Then we place 2 fence posts on either end of the planks, like so. And then fence gates in the middle, like that. So for our next grave, we want to go into this gap, and we place 1 plank just here, and then 1, 2 planks just directly behind that, like so. Actually, you can even just place a plank there and then a slab on top if you want to. I might also do that in a second. What we're going to do is place an item frame on that kind of plank that's inside the gravel, just like so. And then we're going to stick some boots in there for leadfoot thread, like so. So a block away from that, go ahead, leave this one. And then here, we want to place a trapdoor. And then diagonally in the front of that, we just go ahead and place another trapdoor, like so. Come to this 2x2 gap, 2x1 gap even, and place yourself some end stone blocks like so, and then some end stone brick slab on top of that like so. Then we want to go one block, 2 blocks, and on this one we go ahead and place a block and a slab just like so. We can always trim that one down if there's no slab on top afterwards as well. Over here I'm going to go ahead and place just a block in the floor and then one just there as well, sticking up above the ground. Now then, that is kind of for the is it the stepmother? The mother-in-law. Oh yes, she's very mean. So we need to go ahead and build sort of the happy couple down here. So we place a block just in that gap, just there. So it's got like a gap of 2 on either side. Then we go ahead and leave this one empty, place the other one here. Then place your end stone brick stairs facing one another like so. Wonderful. Okay, so for the last 2 spruce graves, we go ahead and come to this gap. And we go ahead and place 1 on the floor, and then 1, 2, like so. And now then over here, I'm going to go ahead and come to this one, and I'm going to knock this one out and place 1, 2, just like so as well. Wonderful. Then we grab some oak and get back to it. So I've cleared down my entire inventory because I've grabbed myself some spruce wood slab. That one just goes on Leadfoot Fred's grave just like so. Then as level boots, go in the item frame just down here, facing forward if possible. Then we take the mother-in-law's head, which is a zombie head, and we stick it on this block, facing towards the happy couple like so. Then we take some oak wood planks, we go ahead and drop one just down over here, there, like so, just in front of that one block that's not got a slab on top, just like that. That is Shorty Smith's grave. Then we want to come up to here, and this is the violinist's sort of grave over here. So we want to go 1, 2, 3. And then we can place a slab on top of that as well, like so. Wonderful. Now let's grab some things to actually put on the front of these graves. Now then, our next challenge is to actually put our signs on these graves. So this is my challenge to myself about spelling. Spelling is very, very tricky. So here we go. Birch signs, spruce signs, oak signs, a crossbow. I did forget to put an item frame on the violin grave down there. So just grab yourself another item frame, oak leaves and some spruce leaves as well. Now the first grave we're going to write out to is Leadfoot Fred. So we're actually going to go to this slab up here, and we're going to go ahead, take our spruce sign, and write on the top of this one, here, and then lies, You can put a capital L if you want to. Oops, not all capitals. There we go. Here lies, and then I'm going to put all in capitals Leadfoot Fred. So Leadfoot on the first row, and then Fred on the bottom one, just down here, like so. So we actually leave the bottom row empty, like that. Wonderful. Is that how you spell it? I hope so. If I make any spelling mistakes, please just let me know in the comments if I don't see them myself. Oh my goodness. Okay, now we need to make B. Arnold's sort of grave over here. So on this left side of the end stone bricks, we want to go ahead and put a birch sign, and second row down, put a capital B with a full stop just beside it, like so. Then to the right of that, we place another birch sign, and we write Arnold, second row down, in capital letters. Like so. Cool. Then we go up here, and we write ourselves a sign in birch again, that says in memory on the top line. So one capital I, one capital M for memory, in memory of the Hole in the Wallet gang. So we need to just write two sort of speech marks like this, and then the Hole in the Wallet gang. We don't even put in memory of, we just write the Hole in the Wallet gang basically. So the Hole in the Wallet gang, we just have to fit the Wallet gang part on the next row down. Okay, and then we can go ahead and put another closing speech mark just like so, and then last row down we put 1332 down here. If I did get that date wrong, just let me know in the comments as well, and I'll try my best to fix it. Over here, for the very, very scary looking the mother-in-law, we go ahead and put M-A, second row down, Ballard. Ballard? Yep. Over here like so. Perfect. Very spooky. Okay, perfect. Let me just switch my pictures around. So, now we need to write under this one, Frank Ballard. Once again, we're using some birch signs for the endstone bricks. So, second row down, Frank Ballard goes on here. Capitals for both the names, like so. Then over here, I want to go ahead and write Mary Murphy, second row down. Capitals for the names, of course. There we go. Wonderful. Over this one, we want to go ahead and match up the woods to the sign. So oak sign goes on here, and it says Shorty Smith on the direct top row, all in caps. So Shorty, not very good at spelling, I'm so sorry. Just double check that, that's cool. Okay, and then Smith just here. And then last row down, well, second to last row down, we write 1862, just like so. Now up here we need to go ahead and write a spruce sign, and this one is going to say Dakota Dyke, I think it is. So that is the top of that spruce one. So we go to the second row down, all in caps again. We go ahead and write Dakota, pretty awesome name. Then, oops, a space. We can write this on the same row, Dyke, like so. Dyke, is it Dyke? Oh, I don't know, I'm so sorry guys. Alright, so top of this one, we want to go ahead and write ourself Here Lies. Once again, top row, capital L if we want to do lies with a capital. Shotgun Gus. Only caps for his names now. Ah. Oh, I put Shot Gus. Shotgun Gus. There we go. Perfect. And then finally, over for this sort of violin one that's out on its own, we want to go to the bottom of it with an oak sign and write ourselves, it's always my pronunciation with this one, so I'm just going to spell it out. So Jacous, and then last row down, we want to go ahead and write second to last row down, Shrillman, just here. Like so. Awesome. Then an item frame above that, and then a crossbow facing with the arrow part pointing in the bottom left corner, so it looks like a violin, like so. Wonderful. There we have all the tombs, the graves even, lined up, ready to be remembered even, like so. So now we're going to take our leaves, and we're actually going to go ahead and decorate our graves. They actually look like they're part of the forest. So we're going to go down here, take some oak leaves first of all, place one just here, 1, 2 spruce leaves in front, 1 spruce leaf to the left, like so. Up here we're going to place a spruce leaf, then I'm going to go ahead and place an oak leaf just here, 1, 2 oak leaves diagonally up to the left of that, 1 down, like so. Then I mimic that with some of my spruce leaves just here. Then 2 blocks away, I place 1, 2 spruce leaves, oak leaf just here, 1, 2, 3 oak leaves, double stack some oak leaves besides Leadfoot Fred's grave. Then we want to go ahead and put 2 spruce leaves out like so, 2 oak leaves, 1 underneath the spruce, and then finally end it with a spruce leaf just like so. Then next to Bjarnald's grave we go 1, 2 spruce leaves diagonal from each other, and 2 oak leaves in the gap like that. Wicked. Now we can go ahead and come to the top corner up here, place a spruce one, 2 blocks away, go ahead and place 2 oak, and then 2 oak in front of that as well. Here, place an oak, oak, and oak just there. Then a block away from this corner, you go ahead and place 1 just there as well. On this corner, we go ahead and place 1. Then in this little corner, we go ahead and place 3 spruce like that. Then we'll come up to behind, is this Dakota's grave? Yep. With a oak leaf just a block away. Then we want to go to this corner up here, and before we actually hit the corner, we want to go back by a block and place a little right angle sort of hedge just like so. Then we'll drop back down, so we'll go to this corner, place 1 here, and 1, 2 just like so. In front of this middle one, we go ahead and place 1 directly next to the ending wall, just like that. On this corner, we'll go ahead and place sort of 3 spruce up like that in a pyramid shape. Now then at the top, just besides this grave, to the diagonal left, we go ahead and place 1, 2, and then 1, 2, and then final one just there. Spruce just there, and then 1, 2 spruce just there, like so. Now next to the violinist grave, we go ahead and place 1, 2, kind of a block away, and then 1 oak just there. Behind it, we'll go ahead and place 1, 2, just like so. Then we'll go ahead and place 1, 2, just like that. Double stack these 2. Then drop down here and place another 2 like that, and then 1 diagonal like that. Quite a forested area, I know. Oh, I missed a spruce one, my bad. We go ahead and just place 1 a block away to the right of that one just there. There we go. So that is looking very much like a forest, which is pretty awesome stuff. Right, now what we want to do is go ahead and make another 2 rows, if I grab some grass. So we want to bring our grass back by another 2 rows behind all of these gravel. So even as you kind of turn around the corner, you want to go back by 2 blocks, like so. 2 blocks, 2 blocks, make sure you get the 2 in here. Then basically on the 3rd one back, you want to go ahead and double stack that again. So stack it up again. As you get around here, make sure you got the 2 blocks. So we need to kind of come out there, like so. And then feed it back round and in again. So you're constantly and never ending with 2 like this. Then you can bring this all the way along on this corner. Make sure you got your 2. All the way until you reach the back over here. And then you want to fill up this entire section. So actually back behind this one, we want to go ahead and stack this up as well. This section back here can now be incorporated with what we're doing back here, if that makes sense. So, yeah, we just want to go ahead and fill up to this row now. So all the way back, filling in this hill. Like I said, I'm going to trim off my corner just here so it looks a little bit smaller than it should be. Yeah. So yeah, as long as you use this sort of pattern, it'll look pretty cool. So let's get it done. Alright guys, so I haven't quite finished just yet, but I wanted to address a couple of things. You do want to leave it hollow if you want to. It is no problem at all. You're the only one that's going to know that it's hollow, so there's no point in doing extra work for, you know, no one else's business really, you know what I mean? So yeah, just leave it hollow, save yourself some time. What I will say about this section back here though, is you want to make the hill raise up slightly above this sort of terrain. So our hill is going to be about here, all the way around, but we just want to stack it up around this corner and over our stone bricks like this. So literally just build grass above your stone bricks. Even over here, you can stack it up again for this kind of tunnel area. As long as it kind of curves back down and then it kind of flows back down, it'll be fine. This is like the maximum height, this one just here. So it kind of just depends what you guys want. Even just go as close to the manor as you want to, then before you reach the fence just there, so no grass connects up to the fence, kind of tear it back down as well. Like this. Also make sure your grass does not touch the sort of slabs just here. So this one, may have to just trim off a corner. That's okay if we knock off a lantern or so. Actually, okay, maybe that was a mistake. So we can kind of do that little corner just there. But then I'll sort of bend it back down and then bend it down again. So that I'm never actually going to be touching the normal slabs like this. Only blocks. Okay. I think we're ready to carry on. So yeah, just make your own sort of terrain design. There's no real sort of, you know, guidelines for this. You just kind of do your own thing. But like I said, as long as you don't touch any of these slabs along the railings or even just the fence over here, then the rest can be filled up to this level. So yeah, let's get filling in the rest of that and then start on this section as well. Cool. Alright, so one last thing I would say about this area up here, because it is such a large section, we do need to sort of make it look, you know, quite nice, but it is a forest at the end of the day, so it is supposed to look natural and, you know, not man-made. So that's what we're going for just here. Now on the back, you'll notice that mine is quite flat, but that is fine. As you can see on my original one, it is also pretty flat. So don't worry about the back, that is not a problem at all. Around this corner, I've also made this quite flat, so I'm going to go ahead and just sort of turn some more blocks in. I know we said about the rule of sort of 2 thing that we're doing, so 2 blocks away from the gravel and then the next one. That is fine, but that corner is a little bit of an exception because it does look pretty odd if you just leave it normally. The rest of these sections, you can also go ahead and sort of turn in where you think it looks quite sort of Minecrafty, if that makes sense. Obviously it's not supposed to not look Minecrafty, but we don't want it to look like it's a Minecraft world, you know, it's quite flat and stuff like that. Even Minecraft worlds, like the auto-generated worlds, they look quite natural with their hills and things like that. So that's what we want to go for by adding in little sections like this. So even just adding in a little bit like this makes it look more, you know, like nature's taking its toll on the environment, which is pretty cool. That section might just chop off kind of a little corner just here. Just might extend that one along by 2 like that. Yeah, that's better. Okay, and then up here, as you'll notice, the wall does get bigger that we built in, was it episode 2, I think? So we want to go ahead and just, oh no, it might have been, yeah, it was episode 3, my bad. So we want to go ahead and just sort of match up our terrain with the wall. So you don't have to go all the way along. I'm going to go ahead and sort of make this look a bit natural. So turn this in a couple sections, make it look pretty weird until I reach the back wall at the desired location. And then I'm also going to stack this up to the height of the wall. Just so that whatever terrain we build up here, so whatever grass or and mostly trees, we go ahead and match it up to the wall so that they can actually be seen over the wall and it looks, you know, pretty cool. But if you do like the border of the wall just there, then you could go, of course, keep it. It's like I said, not too much trouble if you want to just keep it the way it was. So filling in all of this section, come back and fill that in a second, and then making the rest of it look natural, like I said. Of course, this is all going to be filled up to that new layer that I've just built. But about the natural thing, this corner is looking pretty sort of square, so I'm just going to go ahead and add in a little bit more of a corner just there. Maybe a little bit of a detour just here, so a little bit of a kind of blockage. And then I'm going to go ahead and sort of do a similar thing here. Now it does get hard with the stone bricks, so you want to just add some blocks in instead. Just like that, and then maybe just sort of add in a couple like that. So yeah, you've got to really use a little bit more of a sense of, I don't really know the word really, but if you've ever been to a park or something, you'll see like the ridge and stuff like that, the valley of the park or something like that, the hills, and you'll notice that they're never actually that flat. Even if you go to a property that is well kept, you know, it's got gardeners and things like that, they're never pristine because of course nature doesn't like to stay in the guidelines. It's like a colouring book, it doesn't like to follow the you know, in the lines or anything like that. It likes to colour outside of the lines and all over the page. So that's what we're trying to go for here really. It is tricky, definitely, because if you're used to building squares and things like that and making everything look man-made, then it's of course very, very hard to do. But once you get the gist of it, it's not too much trouble. But if anyone does have any questions or you do need to ask me anything, drop a comment down below and I'll see if I can help you guys out. Let's continue doing this and get back to it. I'm also going to go ahead and make that look a little bit more natural than just a tunnel there as well. Alright, let's do it. Well guys, the hard part is now over. We can now have a little bit of fun with all of these different materials. We have grabbed ourselves some birch sapling, spruce sapling, oak sapling, bone meal of course, some spruce leaves, double tall grass, large ferns and some normal grass. What we're going to do is go to, oh, I'm just going to grab myself some normal ferns as well whilst I remember. So whereabouts are they? They are here, perfect. Alright, perfect. Alright, what we want to do first of all is plant our forest. So, we just want to go ahead and go a bit berserk with our saplings. So I'm just going to go ahead and sort of start to spam all 3 of my saplings, sort of spacing them out between each other. So just kind of go around like this, kind of going back and forth like you're shaking your head whilst walking. And then once you've done the whole thing, go back along with your other saplings. Don't worry, by the way, if you can't grow all these sort of together, because at the end of the day you've placed them down so that they still look like they're part of the foliage and, you know, landscape without even having to grow them up, which is awesome. So some of these might just stay saplings, but that's fine. Let's do all 3 lots of these, like this, all the way along, making sure we get pretty much the whole back section forested over, like that. And then once you start to do that, you can obviously plant some more around here, but then we just want to go a bit berserk with the rest of our things, as we've done for the other sections. So again, not much of a technique with this bit, you just go a bit berserk. But what I will say is use your ferns down over here where we've made the little pet sort of graveyard, just in this little gap over here, as well as your normal grass, just so you don't kind of obstruct the actual graves just here. So all the way along, getting this section done as well. Maybe plant some double tall grass and some large ferns around here as well, just to add the effect that it's a little bit more overgrown. And then one last thing I'll do before I carry on with the rest of my berserkness is I'm going to grab some oak fence, and I'm just going to go ahead and put the 4 in there, and then the rest just like so as well. Perfect. Now let's continue that and get it all looking as crazy as possible. What I will say though, don't use your bone meal on the grass, because we don't want to make flowers. We want to make this look like it's very, very not well kept. You know, there's no flowers being grown because it is such a spooky place. So let's just get it all done and get back to it. Alright guys, well unfortunately we're going to have to do one final little section in today's video, because we have spent quite a lot of time doing this section, but it does look great. I think it looks pretty awesome. It is very, very messy up the top there, but that is what we're going for. It is supposed to be looking like that because at the end of the day, it's covering up what is behind the scenes and Disney don't want you to see. So, you know, we build a load of trees just to represent some nice foliage, but also to cover up the things that Disney don't want you to look at. So that is the main thing. Looks pretty cool. Now then, the one thing that we do need to do is actually go ahead and take ourselves spruce leaves, oak leaves, and some birch leaves, as well as a water bucket. Going to go ahead and take my spruce leaves first of all. Going to go directly next to this one, and on the cobble I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Extend these 2 up on the end. Then going to go 1, 2, extend this one up on the end. Then I'm going to take my oak and go 1, 2, 3, 4 in a cluster like so. 1 out on the end just like so. Then I'm going to stack up these 2 like that. Then I'm going to go ahead and stack up 1 just here. And then I'm going to go ahead and stack up another one just on top of this post here. So I'm actually going to remove my item frame like so. What you want to do if you want to, it's up to you guys, is you can take yourself some vines as well. And you can literally just run these down the sort of pillar there, so it looks like it's quite overgrown. Pretty cool idea. Then we want to take our spruce and we're going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and then 1 just here. Then we can also go ahead and place 1 just here, 1 just here, and then go 1 there, and then 2 up here as well. Up to you guys if you don't want to do that, that is totally cool. I'm going to place an oak leaf here as well, and just 1 spruce there as well. I'm also going to stick another oak just there, like so. And then maybe another spruce, like so. Awesome. Quite a long sort of hedge like that, but that looks pretty cool. Now taking my birch, I'm going to go to here, place 1, then I'm going to place 2 just like so. Then I'm going to take my birch again, I'm going to place 2 more, then some oak, 2, and then 1 oak just there. Then I'm going to take my spruce and go right the way along to the pillar for 2 lots just like so. Then past the pillar, I'm now going to do a weird sort of hedge again. So I'm going to place 1 spruce there, taking my birch, I'm going to go 1, 2, then I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to do this along for about 4 blocks, so like so. Then I'm going to drop back down for my 2 for 3 times, like so, and then just my final one there. Then I'm going to take my oak leaves, I'm going to run them right the way in this gap just here, all the way to the other side, like so. Then I'm going to stick a spruce just on here, then I'm going to stick more oak in that little gap, and maybe just dart some oak around the place as well, just to make it look a little bit more natural, like that. Pretty cool. Okay, now what we're going to do is as we get around the corner, we're going to kind of do some weird sort of hedge design as well. So more sort of spruce there, maybe stack it up a little bit. Going to make sure that each one of my cobblestones also has a bit of hedge on there as well. So I'm just going to kind of do some weird sort of designs now. Mix and mash all of my different kind of leaves here, just so we can get every single one going. Don't want to leave any out. Like this, maybe just extend this one along. Take my oak, stick it there. Then put some spruce in here. Put some oak on top. Birch at the back here. Then some more oak in here. So again, not really doing much technique, but I'm just kind of messing about a little bit with it. Just making it look quite natural if I can. And basically we're trying to get it to match up to the bridge over here. And we're only going to get it to the corner just like so. And then we'll leave it like that. That looks actually pretty cool. Now then, that is looking wonderful. What we want to do now is actually go to our left side of our manor. Go to this window just here. So the one that's on the left side but closer to the doors. Follow this back until you reach a pillar, which will be this one just about here. So we're not going to go for this one. I know it's not in line, but we're going to go for the one with the lantern on. Going to go directly away from that so we're in line with the fence now. Now taking our oak leaves, we're going to run the oak leaves directly besides our cobblestone in the floor. In and out of this, connecting on the corners until you reach this block all the way over here. This one just here. Let's get it done. Well now then, that looks great. That is what we wanted to go for so far. Now what we need to do is take our leaves again, and we're going to go ahead and place them just one here. And let's go ahead and put one in the corner just there as well. Then we can go ahead and stick two just here. One away from that two just there. And maybe another two just in there like so. We're kind of making a little bit of a hedge sort of design here, because this is where the Molly Brown station kind of area is, where you wait to get on the boat. That is where that's going to be if we were building the entire park. So we can also take ourselves some grass if you want to make this area look a little bit more natural. So let's just take ourselves some... Where is the grass? Over here. Just kind of dart this around a little bit. Just nick next to the bushes if you can. Like that. Then we want to take our water bucket, and directly next to our hedge we're going to go two away from each of these. So I'm going to start here. Going to go make sure that both of these go two away. Actually I'm going to go three away for these corner ones, because we do actually have like two on the end like this. So two away on all of these, but as we're going up and down we might go three away, just so you can make a big enough representation of the lake that goes here. So let's do this the whole way up. Let's go three away, just to make it on the safe side, and then we can always shorten it down if we need to. Do that all the way past the hedge until you reach over here, directly next to the hedge you started on earlier. Let's get it done. So then, before we do carry on this whole section, we do want to make sure that the trench goes down by about 2 blocks deep. So we've got the one block at the moment, but we want to go down another one in a second. But before we carry on, I want to say that once you get to some of the corners that get a little bit tighter, like this one for example, you can just go ahead and open that up, like here, so that it's worth kind of 2 blocks like that, like a whole square you can fit in that gap. Basically we're trying to get a Minecraft boat to fit through here, and Minecraft boats kind of look like they take up about 2 spaces, so we want to try and make sure that we have enough space for a Minecraft boat representation to get through here. So yeah, that's looking pretty good. Let's dig this trench 2 blocks deep. Let's also build underneath the bridge, kind of filling out this section 2 blocks back, so we're actually underneath kind of the slabs of the bridge like this, and then leave this dirt wall empty as well. Leave that, sorry, up like that, so don't destroy any of that. Alright, let's get it done. Now then, the one thing that is left to do is of course fill in our representation of the lake with water. So we just want to go the block underneath the leaves, which should just be dirt, and then we fill on this bottom row with water just to represent the lake. So let's get it all done, including underneath the bridge as well. Let's do it. Okay, so once you've done that, just make sure that all your water is flat and still like mine is, and yeah, you're good to go. We can call it a day. Thank you so much for watching this Wheelassassin video, guys. We have made incredible progress today. We are actually so close to ending this mini-series, and it has definitely been a challenge for us all. It has been mostly a challenge for me for counting, because I'm terrible at counting. But I hope I have learnt some stuff from this, and yeah, I hope you guys have too. Thank you so much for watching. Drop a like if you did enjoy this one, and definitely consider subscribing for the last episode, episode number 5, coming very, very shortly. You guys take it easy, have an excellent rest of your day, and I'll see you at the next Wheelassassin video coming very, very soon. Goodbye for now, everybody. Thank you so much for watching.